All right, it's July 30th, 2021. I caught this on the TV. Now, it goes through a couple of different things. It addresses something called DHS, which in this America, they call Department of Homeland Security. Now, for missions and operations base, I think the Americans think they're some kind of heroes. I personally have not seen them step up and be who they say that they are to my Russians. Now, you have to remember, I have a unique position here. I was happily Russian in a Scandinavian Copenhagen kind of a way, in heaven. Some of you said it was like ancient Greece. Some of you said ancient Rome. You had these fanciful, wonderful, like, romance stories of me and Klaus, and you were correct in whatever words you used, in whatever spelling, whatever language, whatever country, whatever states, whatever. That was broken. That marriage, that lineage, that safety zone was broken, and I was delivered into some American storyline where on the East Coast of New York, during your lifetime, if you're watching this in the 20th or the 19th century, the entire East Coast has been replaced from white superheroes of efficacy and reliability and sustainability and one communication method that was relied upon and expected, with results and with punishment that they handle for this bi-coastal project called humanity. And instead, all chaos and mayhem has broken out on the eastern coast of New York, of America, Northern America to be specific. There is now, within my lifetime, a turnover where it is all dark. They now have better college educations than myself. They think they're respectable people. They think they've earned something. They think that they are deserving of something, and they are choking off, like, our British level intelligence communication standards. They have infiltrated news media, broadcasting. They're in the colleges themselves. They call themselves Ivy League, IVY. Ivy, English Ivy grows out. That's what's been happening while they sit on top of my ability to get to Copenhagen, Norway, or Sweden in my Russian ugly, or gorgeousness, whatever. So here's what I have. So they call that cyber, apparently, for cyborg. This is what I've deciphered thus far, that I can tie my own personal story into it, because I know I don't belong on this side of the water, especially in this version of America where it's already, like, lost gigantic chunks of its white population, and I don't have answers. I don't even know why they disappeared. It's like there was a mass genocide and nobody's reporting it.
To do that, we need to start imposing costs and consequences on bad cyber behavior. And
this guy, while respectable in his profession, started showing up and taking over respectable Vermont and Wisconsin milk dairy farmers, which we relied on as British intelligence on both sides of the water. And then it gets darker from here.
The greatest cyber capability right now. And that is something that shouldn't be lost on the rest of the world. We also, though, need to be willing to deploy and
Cyber
employ
means
some of these
you have me in the
capabilities to
wrong
ultimately
global
change bad
positioning.
cyber behavior.
Like if I'm a
For
piece
way
of,
too
of
long,
equipment
that's been the
that
way
belongs to the
this
Navy,
is unacceptable.
you have me sitting in an exposed position in New York. I need to be returned to the field Russia in Copenhagen Scandinavian Agreement.
And I am confident that the creation of the new National Cyber Director, which Congress passed last year in the NDAA, can help us.
I am not polished, but I am Colgate. I'm Nicole, Cole, and it's Gate for Gator.
Intentions vary, capabilities vary. At the very top of the list, peer nations are Russia and China.
Gato in Spanish
Iran, North Korea,
means
when they
cat.
lack capability, they more than make up for with intent. And they had very little impunction to turn towards cyber to achieve their objectives. And cyber criminals, which 5 years ago were, now they're at par with where nations were 3 to 5 years ago. So we've got a witch's brew here we need to deal with.
Witch's brew.
The bottom line is we need to start imposing costs, we need to start imposing consequence, and we need to follow.
He's a superhero. I just don't know what to call him because I don't even know what to call myself at this point.
Done, appropriately to achieve our cyber objectives.
Let me ask you one follow-up question, and then I'll be out of time. Do you think the administration is sending a strong enough message to our adversities, our adversaries, as it relates to cyber attacks and the response that we will take to defend ourselves using some of our offensive capabilities?
You know, I have long been an advocate that we need to do more. I've been critical of all administrations in this particular space. I do think we saw some positive developments in terms of raising this issue directly with Vladimir Putin. But the proof's going to be in the pudding. Are we going to actually follow through on some of our words and make sure that they're not empty? The worst thing we can do is say we take it seriously and not follow through. So I will be cautiously optimistic that we're moving in.
People like this throughout their careers that I've been held at arm's length from without entry point into anything in actuality have this up ahead knowledge of certain breakpoints that are going to be happening. They have advanced knowledge while I'm being held incorrectly in New York, being harmed by more of these people in a social aspect of mob mentality and guerrilla military tactics. And that's a problem. Why do they have better education of what's going on than myself? The next guest speaker, him and his people in New Jersey's 10th district and others have purposely withheld cyber information of what it is, what it means from the people I need and from us to be able to gather together in a network in order to fix things quietly without destroying other areas and without calling more attention to like soft spots in security breach and having to come up with new constructs and new consequences since none of them are, I don't know, terminating the correct problem areas.
We're moving in the right direction, but more is needed.
I haven't seen you make one move in the right direction. It has gotten steadily worse. This is year 2021.
Is to Ms. Cadero, Mr. Warwick, and Ms. Mulligan. Trump administration's abuse of DHS authority over the last 4 years hurt the department's reputation and disseminated this.
I only see stars over here. I don't see red and white anything. I know that's significant. I just don't know to what.
That depends on regular interaction
For candy
with
stripers.
state and local communities. DHS is uniquely reliant on its relationships with the public. I'd like.
I'm what's called candid. I come from a Colgate, cosmonaut, astronaut, whatever. That's, can I do this? And then, did you do it? That's it. You don't send people to medical asylums and to be hit and struck with bioengineered products when we're in an amber alert, all area dumb, fucking useless American.
Like Ms. Cadero, Mr. Warwick, and
I'll be proud of you when you give me fucking something to be proud of. So far, I see a whole lot of this, and I haven't been able to get out. This looks like tactical blocks to me.
Department rebuild that trust.
Thank you very much thank you for the question, Congressman. So one of the reasons that I think DHS
The Congo Congress
is a department that needs this public trust is because it is so operational and it touches people in a very personal way every
this
single day.
area in Northern America, teaching these people and giving them uniform and guns and some kind of, is fucking up military relations elsewhere in the world. Just so you're aware, all area dumb fucking useless in North America that thinks it's fucking like really important. I am a Russian. I fucking know better. I fucking hate you all.
Has grown over time and has been become a very robust part.
I hate this communist bullshit. You're all stuck in a communist America because it's what you keep fucking pushing at the Olympics. Me, I'm free thought, free speech, free tongue, and I can't wait to get the fuck out of here.
Sorry, I'll pause there. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Warwick?
So I agree with everything Carrie just said. I won't re-summarize it. DHS has extraordinary authorities.
These are polished. They have professions, they get paid. I haven't been fucking paid a day in my life by any of you shitbags. Just harmed and held without clothing, food, shelter, without everything.
DHS needs to look at everything it does through the lens of, is this going to enhance public trust? That may not make everyone happy, but it's going to be necessary because trust.
You don't have the wherewithal to get public trust, all area dumb, fucking, and useless. You keep fucking up forward.
Ms. Mulligan?
So I think that the reason that we're
And this problem keeps growing.
of DHS's law enforcement role
I
is
would
because
go
they're
with the Ivy
really
League colleges. By the way, inside Ivy League colleges, on a side note, they have something called a Greek life and a Greek society, which is also that color of 10th district. And they now they're teaching the kids that shouldn't know shit from all around the world, symbols and sacred ancient text and protection spells and spelling and all sorts of stuff in this Greek society of, that's not Greek. It's not allowed to have a Greek life. It's not Greek. It's not Ivy League. It's not supposed to interfere with Colgate and the main mission. It's supposed to help get us out of Amber Alert. I see it only caring and feeding and populating itself, growing like a disgusting necrotic disease. So that's what the college and higher education system, it's not vocational, it's not hands-on training, it's not parochial, it's not anything private, it's nothing. The education that I had access to was absolutely nothing. What I am able to tune into is a walk in a hole in space, and I have a parallel dimension that I'm able to go between and sew my details together based on my centurion stance and my elf whatever. But I am not going to call myself an American. I do not stand with the Americans. The Americans to me at this point is a merde, M-E-R-D-E, like shit. That's the color it's turned in some colostomy bag. I'm the mare, M-A-R-E. I'm the horse, the occult, the steed, the Clydesdale. My skin is as white as snow. That's now and will always be. Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza, and it is July 30th, 2021. Today's Linda Marie Gunder Cattaruzza's last day at her slave job in Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, in 1010 Northern Boulevard, Manhasset, New York, 030. Yeah, she's been there for like 15 years. She's over 70, still works every day because in this disgusting turnout, There's no other way of surviving. So she goes and does a desk job, which is part of the reason why she's so bloated like a popped piece of popcorn. She's like, it's like leaving a popcorn shell in the microwave and turning the heat on. Boom! And then all of a sudden it explodes and the flesh comes on the outside. That's what she looks like in alien terms as a human. I have the blue virus in my eye. Nicole Cattaruzza.